We all have that one friend that is just so ridiculously confident in themselves, and we're like, why can't we be more like them? They're so lucky. How did they get to that point? I don't know why I can't feel confident in myself. Well, number one, you are going to feel more confident in yourself by the end of this video. I can guarantee you that, because I'm going to be sharing with you 12 practical tips that you can use to apply in your everyday life that is going to build unshakable confidence. And I say build because number two, confidence is not something that you are just naturally acquiring at birth. Okay? No, confidence is learned. It is learned through action, through time, repetition, and practice. So that is everything that we are going to talk about today. Let's jump into it. Tip number one is to speak kindly to yourself. Now, fair warning, I'm very passionate about all this kind of stuff, and I'm going to ask you some really hard questions. They're probably going to make you a little uncomfortable, but you got to be honest with yourself because it's the only way you are going to grow. So when you wake up in the morning, how do you speak to yourself? Do you wake up and think, oh, I'm so ugly, I'm so uncomfortable in my skin, I can't do this? Or do you wake up thinking, I can totally do this, like I love that my body is functioning and I feel so grateful to be in this vessel and experiencing life? Which way are you waking up? They're dramatically different, and they're also going to dramatically affect the way that your life goes. Because I want you to think back, like when you are in these negative headspace, everything around you is negative. And you know why? It's because you're projecting that negativity, and life is a mirror. Everything is a mirror. Your mindset is a mirror. So when you project negativity out in the world, of course, the only thing you are going to see, hear, think, look, and whatever else is going to be negative. Okay. But if you're positive and you're like, oh, like I just got this new job, this is amazing, everything around you is going to be amazing. It's that high of feeling positivity. Now, I quickly want to digress into self-deprecating jokes. Cut those out of your vocabulary. It is not funny to project yourself negatively. When I stand here and I hear Billy tell me that he's so stupid, like whatever, I'm like, Billy, why would you say that? Why would you tell yourself that you are so stupid? The only thing is it's reaffirming in your brain that you are stupid. It is reaffirming in your brain whatever it is that you are putting out there. So you have to be aware of what you are saying. That is tip number one. Gear up for these next ones. Face discomfort gradually. How do you expect to grow if you are not putting yourself in a position to even grow? If you are not allowing yourself to get uncomfortable and try things out that scare you? For example, I was the type of person that always told myself, I'm not going to be able to travel abroad. I'm not a solo traveler. Like that's just too scary for me. Like I can't do that. And then I just did 35 days across Europe solo. And I proved to myself that I am fully capable of doing that. I'm fully capable of setting my mind on something and getting it done. Even if it terrifies me. I was terrified. I was crying when I booked the trip because I was like, oh, I don't know how to do this. But you know what? Nobody knows how to do anything in this life until they actually do it. So you've got to start doing things that make you uncomfortable, especially in the realm of what it is that you want to get better at. If it's talking in front of a camera, turn your camera on and start talking in front of it. You want to get better at public speaking? Go to a public speaking event. Publicly speak in front of 3 of your friends on the couch. Just practice. Practice getting uncomfortable. Tip number 3, take action even when you're scared. Now, confidence grows when you do the things that intimidate you, and I kind of touched on this a little bit in the last section, so I'm not going to dive too deep into it, but a quick example is how I was terrified to be hiking in the Swiss Alps, let alone solo, but I also knew that I wanted to hike in the Swiss Alps, and I would do it solo because nobody around me wanted to go with me. So I was like, screw it, I'm going to be scared by myself and do it. Now, I can say I've hiked solo in the Swiss Alps. Boom, immediate confidence boost. That's crazy. And it proves again to myself that I can do what I set my mind to. So take the action, do it while you're scared. That's honestly the best time. Tip number 4, posture and body language. I want you to stand tall. I want you to open yourself up to receiving whatever it is in this life that you want. Open yourself up to the world, okay? Because here's the difference between somebody who does that and somebody who doesn't. When I'm walking down the street and I see someone focused on just their phone, like hunched over, they're very closed off to everyone and everything, I'm not going to talk to them. I'm very much not going to engage because it looks like they don't want anybody to engage. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to keep you in your corner, okay? But if I see somebody that is head held high, walking with a smile on their face, you know, they got great energy, I want to be associated with them. I want to be friends with them because of their body language. Another example is this video right now that you are watching. You would not be watching this if I was like, yeah, well, I think that you should do this. And I don't know, like I didn't feel this way when no. You would click off immediately because you'd be like, well, she's not confident in herself. Like, why am I believing her? What? I came here to learn confidence, and I can't learn it from somebody who clearly isn't confident in themselves. But you probably kept watching because I seem confident to you. I project this energy and this confidence, and I'm here to tell you that it's true. It's real and it's honest, and I put a lot of work into this, so I appreciate you being here. And if you made it this far, then please consider subscribing. It's completely free. It helps me out on this channel, and it's going to allow me to bring you more videos like this to help you better yourself in confidence, in self-development, in minimalism, and all that kind of jazz. That's what I do. Anyway, that's all I got for this tip. Let's move on to the next. Tip number 5, build a confidence bucket. Quite literally what I want you to do, put a list in your phone of things that you have accomplished over the years, or of things that you currently are very confident in yourself of, because you can look at that list whenever you are starting to feel down. And I know we go through so many thoughts every single day. Our memories can only remember a certain percentage of it. You know how many things I've forgotten about myself that I was capable of doing? Like, if you won the 5th grade spelling bee, that should be in your confidence bucket. That's huge. That is huge. Like, little things that you're like, that would not even matter. It does matter. So include it in your list and look at that list whenever you are feeling down about yourself, okay? Tip number 6 is to master your craft. Confidence comes from competence. It comes through investing into skills that are going to build you into the person that you want to become. And that person that you want to become is the person that ultimately is going to be confident in themselves. Think about it that way. For example, I didn't like myself for a long time. I didn't like the way I looked, and that frustrated me, but I also wasn't building the habits around the person that I really wanted to become. And the person I wanted to become went to the gym and focused on the food groups that I wasn't currently focusing on at that time. And so I did that, and I saw the results of that, like the consequences of my own actions, the positive actions, and I saw how much my confidence skyrocketed. I felt so good about myself. And then I felt like I could talk to all these other people about how I did it because I did it. So build up the skills. It's going to change your life because there's quite literally no way that it wouldn't. Tip number 7 is to set boundaries. Saying no is actually one of the most powerful things that you can possibly do because it is reinforcing that your time and energy are precious and that you know what you do and don't want to do. And when you allow yourself to say no without guilt, you are allowing yourself to honor what you really want. Whereas if you are somebody that says no and then your friend is like, no, like do this with me, and you're like, oh, fine, you're letting your boundaries get pushed. That's not reinforcing anything there. That is allowing somebody else to tell you what you should and shouldn't be doing, okay? No, you know. You know inherently, if you're not going to enjoy going out for a night, don't go out. Because if you go out, you're going to feel miserable and you're going to be like, why didn't I just trust myself? Why didn't I stay home? This also goes for dating, right? If you've got somebody that is really interested in you, but you know they're not the right person for you, don't drag it on. Or if you've got somebody pressuring you into a relationship, but you still are like, no, I don't want to do this. Don't do it. Because if you do it, you're just not going to feel good about yourself. And in the long run, that's how you become extremely unhappy. When you acquiesce to what everybody else says, don't allow yourself to do that because you deserve more. Not only are you reinforcing your sense of self when you say no, but it is empowering. It is empowering to honor what you want and be honest. So practice it. Tip number 8, take care of your body and mind. Exercise, sleep, nutrition, and mindfulness all fuel your self-belief. It is quite literally the foundation of confidence. Make sure you're investing time into each of those categories in whichever way works best for you. We're just going to continue doing that. That's also going to reinforce that discipline, and discipline and confidence are like your best friends. Start prioritizing you and your health, and everything else will follow. Tip number 9 is to surround yourself with supportive people. Energy is contagious. Would you rather be surrounded by somebody that is constantly negative and sucking your energy away, or somebody that is so positive and so uplifting and excited for whatever venture that you are going after? I know which one I would pick, the positivity, because vampires are so real. Energy vampires, they're everywhere. You have to be selective with the people that you are surrounding yourself with. So for example, I graduated college, right? And I had a lot of friends that are still in college and they're wonderful, but I knew I needed to level up. I needed to make some friends who are a little bit older than me, more established in their 20s, and can guide me through whenever I'm gonna want some help. And so I've been going to networking events. I am the only 22-year-old at all of these networking events. And there's a reason, because I am motivated, because I want to surround myself with the kind of people that go to networking events, because I know that those kind of people also are looking for like-minded, driven, and confident people. So that's what I'm doing. I'm putting myself in the position to be surrounded with the people that I want in my life. And I encourage you to do the same, because because it's going to make you not only a better person and more confident in yourself, it's also just going to be a great opportunity to make some more friends. Get yourself out there, go to different events, try it all out. Tip number 10 is to visualize success. Before any challenge, I want you to just spend a couple minutes visualizing it going well, a success in your brain. We are all naturally just thinking of the worst case scenarios, like, what if this happens? Oh no, like this is gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. It hasn't actively happened. So why are you thinking about it going negative? This comes down to honestly just living in the moment and being present and only visualizing the positivity. Okay. We're gonna think bigger things for ourselves. We're gonna think like, I'm gonna go up on that stage and I'm gonna kill that speech. I'm gonna do this presentation in class and I'm gonna be confident in it because I know the topic that I am talking about because I practiced it. You got to put intention into what you are thinking about, especially in the long term. Another way I like to do this is I journal a lot, and every single night I journal and I sign it off with, you can do this. You are doing this. This will happen. It is reaffirming that I believe that I'm going to be successful in the ventures that I'm going after. Even when there's uncertainty, even when I'm scared, I'm visualizing that success, and I encourage you to do the same. And even right now, visualize who the confident person is in your mind. Who is it? What are their habits? What do they do? How can you get to there? Visualize it. Think it through, write it down, and then I want you to start implementing the habits of that person that you are visualizing into your daily life, into your daily routine. And then lo and behold, couple weeks, couple months, maybe even a couple days, you're going to become that person. You will do it. I believe in you. I truly believe in you, and I know it's possible. Tip number 11, practice gratitude and reflection. You got to recognize what is currently working in your life already, because when you do that, that allows you to shift from that fear and uncertainty of like, I don't know what I'm doing. Is this going to work? Towards, hey, this is actually working for me right now. I'm going to double down on this, keep doing what I'm doing, and feel more empowered in my choices, my actions, my habits, whatever it is that you are doubling down on. As far as the gratitude aspect, what I like to do to keep myself in that grateful, positive mindset, which again is super duper important, is I will journal 3 things I am grateful for at the start of every day. And then I will come back around at night and just reflect on how the day went. Did I get the tasks done that I wanted to get done? How am I feeling? What do I want to get done for tomorrow? So just setting aside time for that has allowed me to be more intentional with my time, in tune with myself, my feelings, my gratitude, and whatnot. Definitely an underrated hack. Start being more grateful. Tip number 12, affirmations in action. When you pair that action with an affirmation, it is just going to solidify how you are feeling in that moment. That affirmation is like that right before you are about to do that thing that is scary. You tell yourself, I can do this. I've got this. Another example, bringing it back to the solo hiking in the Swiss Alps. I had to tell myself a couple times before that, I'm about to solo hike in the Swiss Alps. Like, I can do this. I literally was singing a song to myself up and down that mountain about how I was actively solo hiking in the Swiss Alps, and I was doing it because number 1, it eased my anxiety. That affirmation is going to ease your anxiety. Number 2, it distracts you. It distracts you from thinking of the negative thing, from all the scary things that coulda, woulda, shoulda happened. It keeps you in that positivity, which is something I'm gonna just hone in on again. Stay positive, please. It's the secret sauce to everything in life. Well, now that we've established that confidence isn't magic and that it's something that you can build upon every single day, I challenge you to implement one, if not all. Ideally, I would like you to implement all these, but it takes time. You know, there are going to be days where you're not as confident in yourself and you fall back and maybe you do speak a little negatively to yourself. Like that's life. Unfortunately, that just happens at times. However, it is how quickly you can recover from that. So I want you to implement as many as you are comfortable with at this current moment into your life. Integrate them. You'll notice that they will start piggybacking off each other, because when you start speaking more positive to yourself, you're unknowingly telling yourself these positive affirmations. When you start doing the things that are scary, you're unknowingly getting better at this habit that you want to develop, conquering your fear. That's a huge thing. So keep practicing, pull from your confidence bucket, and watch how suddenly everybody around you is going to ask, how did you become so confident? And just remember that you're so awesome. I'm so awesome. So subscribe and let's be awesome together. I see you hitting that subscribe button. Thank you so much. I'm excited you're here. I also want to encourage you to check out this video right here. If you liked this one, you might like that one as well. But I'll see you in the next one.